attorney Nouvelle Gonzalo here, Gonzalo Law, part 2 with the sell side analysis of a company. Okay, so you are a seller, you're looking to sell your company, and we talked about the due diligence process in part 1. Now we're going on to part 2. And you might say, okay, well, what goes into this? Part 2 is talking about the next 5 areas: customer and market due diligence. So this is making sure you have a clear understanding of what is the customer acquisition strategy for the company that you're dealing with? What are the market trends? What are they seeing in terms of marketing and sales? And so all of these things will come into play, and making sure that you're aware of this information so that you can pass it along to the buyer is very helpful. Some companies may not have gone this in depth to find out that information, but if you do, it's certainly a really helpful part and information to give to your buyer. Next, regulatory and compliance due diligence. This is when we look at the licenses, the permits, the regulations, the industry-specific items such as data privacy or anything specific to your industry that needs to be made clear to the buyer of the company. Now, hopefully your buyer's done some background due diligence themselves. They've been working on things. They know what they're taking over. But sometimes buyers don't know. They just see a great company that is growth-oriented and they think they can do a lot with it, and they jump right in. But if you can share this with your buyer, it is light years of help. Next, this is your management and employee due diligence. So this is going to be looking at everything when it comes to employees in your company and making sure you're clear on what you're going to be transferring. Are there going to be employees that stay on, that stay to help and are going to be there during the transition? Or are all the employees going to be transitioned out and a whole new group coming in? Either way, making sure your organizational structure for HR is clear to your buyer is extremely helpful to your buyer that's coming in next. All right, next up is the tax due diligence, making sure that your tax returns and information are available and ready to your buyer to review. And also, oh my goodness, so important, having a CPA involved in the process. One of the first things I will do when I'm working with you or any company that is looking to sell is that we will say, fantastic, who's your CPA? We want to make sure that we sit down and touch base with them as we go through the deal and as we go through the process, because how the deal is structured from both the legal perspective and the last area is going to be your environmental and social due diligence. You might say, what's that? So environmental due diligence means looking at depending on the location of the entity or the business that's being sold, it may actually be located in an area that has some environmental concerns or considerations that have to be kept in mind. For example, if the company that's being sold is a manufacturer or there was a gas station on that property, there can be contaminants or waste that is being input into the ground, into the soil, and could cause environmental cleanup concerns that the buyer needs to be aware of. So making sure you've done an environmental audit and having some specialists come in and review that is very important. For other cases, it won't be necessary. And also, social responsibility is very important too, and this might be something that's involved in your company as far as your corporate social responsibility and how you interact with your community around you. And that's something you want to share with the buyer as well. Okay, that's it. Stay informed and stay ahead. Take care and have an excellent rest of your day.